Hi, this is Ken again from Family Memories to DVD. Today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about 8mm film. Believe it or not, there's a lot of 8mm film left in the world. I mean, you think this technology would already be transferred to a DVD, but many people, probably our most popular thing is putting 8mm tapes onto a DVD. First question we get is how much do you charge? How much film do I have? All that kind of good stuff. We charge by the foot. And there's a reason we charge by the foot, because sometimes, you know, your can of film will only be half filled. And you'd be charged for the whole reel, for the whole can, which isn't fair. So we only charge you what's actually on the film. Our computer calculates exactly how much, but we could tell by eye to get an estimate, and we'll do that now. Basically, this is a real order here. A gentleman brought these in a couple days ago. We're transferring them on DVD. He knew the order that these were in. He was lucky enough to have something written on them, so he could do the consecutive order. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. So they're all going to be in the proper order. Great. I have this box of tapes. I know what order. You know, how much is this going to cost me? So we charge by the foot. Basically, these guys are 50 footers. They come in the yellow box, and they also come in these little blue discs. They're both 50 feet, and I tell everybody it's usually the size of the palm of your hand or so. So that's the size of the palm of your hand, and that's a 50-foot reel. Another way to tell is they are 3 inches in diameter. 3 inches. Those guys are 50 feet. Inside the box, it'll be the same exact kind of reel. Again, it's 3 inches. That's 50 feet. So after that, we count up how many you have. There happens to be 28 here. So 28 times 50 is how many feet, and then we charge that by 19 cents a foot. Sometimes we have bigger reels. Now, they come in 50. This is a 200 footer. 200 feet turns out to be just about a little over 5 inches. 300 foot reel, just about 6 inches. And a 400 foot reel, which is just a little over 7 inches. Sometimes if you notice, I don't know if the camera could pick this up, but there's little notches here. And on the notch there's little numbers. 50, 100, 200, 300. You could tell if you get the proper light. But it'll tell you how much film is on it. This is 400 feet, that's obviously filled up. So that would be 400 times 19 cents. This particular guy is also filled up. Again, a lot of times there's notches on these little spokes with the number of feet. Sometimes there's not. But that's 400 feet. So altogether, there's going to be 800 feet of film. If you're not sure, just bring in your box. We'll count it out for you here. Not a problem. We'll give you an estimate before we do anything. There's 2 types of film. Basically, it doesn't matter. It's the same price. There's regular 8, Super 8. Super 8, about the mid-70s, early 70s, became really popular. We had 8mm back from the 30s, 40s, 50s, old. And you'd be surprised how if they're well kept, how good these 8mm come out. There's 2 types of film, regular 8 and Super 8. Regular 8, you could tell, has bigger sprocket holes than the Super 8. Super 8 has really tiny little sprocket holes. Regular 8 has larger sprocket holes. Another way to tell is by the size of the hub on the film. This hub is very small. That's regular 8mm. Usually, the bigger sprocket hole, the bigger hub, holds Super 8 film, and the smaller one holds regular 8 film. It's not a law. You could put 8mm, regular 8mm on here. It doesn't matter. But it's just another thing to look at when you're trying to find out what type of film you have. And again, it doesn't make a difference. It's the same price, same procedure. There's one other kind of film, starting about, I don't know, 75, 76, sometimes older. Super 8 sound came out, where you can actually record sound for the first time on your home movies, hear people's voices instead of just waving and such and walking to the camera. The way you can tell if you have sound, this isn't a good example. I don't have one right here in front of me, but this is your Super 8 film. If you flip it over, you will notice that there's a tiny little brown, like a copper stripe. this isn't the actual film, this is a leader. That's why it's white in color. But the actual film, it'll look like a film color, but there'll be a definitive copper stripe, very, very thin, and that's your sound stripe. And that's where the soundtrack is. So if you're not sure if you have audio or not, you look for that little copper stripe. You could definitely tell it's there. And that means that it has sound. Sound, when we transfer sound to DVD, it's a different procedure than no sound tape. But we can still take care of it for you also. So that's basically it. If you have any questions, if you're not sure, give us a call. We're glad to help. If you are local to the Cranford, New Jersey area, you're more than welcome to bring it into our shop. We're located in downtown Cranford, 1 Walnut Avenue, right next to the Cranford train station. Hope to see you soon.